Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Funding the Future. My name is Sherri, and I'm the VP of Marketing with Magenta Capital Corporation. A bit of background for you on why we decided to do this or what inspired us to do this. Recently, we've been fielding some questions about mix from direct investors and also from investment advisors, including things like why Magenta, why the alternative space, and also looking for a little bit of insight on the market today. So we thought we'd get together and offer a few insights in the form of a video/podcast. I will say before we get started that this is strictly for educational content and is not about offering professional advice. So let's get started. I'm joined today with our Manager of Investor Relations, Allison Allen. Welcome, Allison.
Thank you.
Allison's going to join us today to shed a little bit of light on how easy it is for investors when they want to invest with Magenta. But first, Allison, I'm going to ask you to walk us through the investor relations team a little bit. Tell us a little bit about the team.
Sure. So the investor relations team consists of myself and also our VP of Capital Markets, Raj. Raj has 15 years in the corporate banking space before coming to Magenta about a year ago. And I myself have been with Magenta for 4.5, going on 5 years. And prior to that, I was with CIBC for 10 years, holding a wide variety of positions. But most recently, at the end of my tenure, I was a senior financial advisor.
And so Raj handles the investment advisor channel and you handle the direct investor
That's
channel.
correct. I handle the direct investors.
And then when we talk about direct investor, tell us a little bit about what that actually means, because the average listener might not really understand that.
Yeah, for sure. So a direct investor is somebody that invests directly with us at Magenta versus coming to us from a financial advisor channel via a bank or something like that, a different partner that we would work with.
And then you would be the main port of contact for that customer?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, and then how do you help them?
So I help them right from start to finish, right at the very beginning of the process. We first start off with the Know Your Client suitability process. We start with that. And then, right to the end of the transaction, I take care of everything for them, all the forms, sit down with them face to face, help them fill it out if they need to, that kind of thing.
Okay, and I know that when we talk about direct investing and direct investors, there's a term that is out there, accredited or eligible. Can you educate our viewers a little bit on what accredited or eligible means?
Sure, yeah. So when we go through the suitability process, a client is placed in either of these categories, eligible investor or an accredited investor. And depending on which they fall into, it sort of determines the value that they can invest with us. And so when we do the suitability, we look at things like their income and we look at their financial assets, their total net worth. And these things determine which category they would fall into. So to get into more detail, both eligible and accredited investors can invest with us at Magenta, but the amount can differ. So an eligible investor, for example, would be somebody that makes an income between $75,000 and $125,000 annually, combined with their spouse. Or they can also qualify to be an eligible investor if they have over $400,000 in their net worth. So those two things can make them qualify as an eligible investor. And this sort of investor can invest up to $100,000 annually with Magenta, but this amount can vary depending on things like their financial assets or, for example, depending on other things they're invested in. So if they're, for example, investing in like another MIC or another type of alternative investment, that can affect the amount that they can invest with Magenta. Whereas an accredited investor is somebody whose income is over $200,000 a year or $300,000 combined with their spouse. They can also qualify if they have a net worth of more than $5 million or financial assets of $1 million. So not equity in their home, but things like bank account values. If they have different investment vehicles, those kinds of things would calculate towards their financial assets. An accredited investor doesn't have a maximum they can invest with Magenta or other exempt market products. Instead, they are allowed to decide for themselves how much is suitable for them to invest.
Okay, that's actually really interesting. And I know that we have, there's been a lot of discussion about some investors have an account through a trustee. So what is a trustee, and can you kind of walk us through why certain accounts are held in trust versus at Magenta?
Sure. So if you hold your Magenta shares in a registered account, like an RSP or a tax-free savings account, an RESP, then you would need a trustee as the vehicle to report to the Canada Revenue Agency. So they're the ones that report any contributions to your tax-free savings account, those sorts of things, and that's why you require them. Magenta doesn't have the ability to report to the CRA somebody's contributions to a tax-free savings account, for example, and so that's why we need those to assist with our accounts if it's registered. However, if you're holding your shares in a non-registered account, then you simply just deal directly with Magenta, and there's no reason for an account with a trustee.
Okay, and then when we think about that investing journey and think about trustees and various accounts, is there a lot of paperwork associated with that?
There can be. I mean, I came from the banking world. The paperwork's kind of inevitable when it comes to things like investments, but I do take care of our investors right from the beginning, and I will fill out, all that paperwork with them and make sure that they're being taken care of and they don't need to worry about, all that kind of thing. The paperwork it's not too bad. and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help them.
Okay, so you help really make it a very simple, fast process. But I think what I like about that the most is it sounds very personal.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I can meet clients in person, or we can do it virtually as well, assisting them either in person to help fill out those forms, or we can do it virtually and, I can fill it out while they're chatting with me on the phone or that kind of thing. It's really whatever they're comfortable with.
Okay. I love that, because I think that's really just one of those things that what we always like to call is part of the Magenta difference, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's great. I mean, Allison, thank you so much. I'm sure that our listeners or viewers really got some new insight. I certainly did on how we operate and, some of the advantages of investing with Magenta. Investors, if you would like to speak with Allison, whether you're interested in investing or simply have a few additional questions, Allison can be reached at shareholders@magentacapital.ca. You can also check us out at our website, magentacapital.ca. Otherwise, take care, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. And thank you so much, Allison, for joining me today.